Look, there's a hole in the ground.
Ooh, what's in there? Does anyone know?
Who cares? It's just a hole.
I love a good mystery, though.
What is down there?
Perhaps something interesting.
Yeah, it must be.
No, it's so dark and gloomy. It's too deep.
Deep.
Somebody should find out what's down there.
I think we should leave.
Oh, hold on just a minute. Just jump.
How can you say that, Jonathan? Can't you see that it's a big hole? Doesn't your instincts tell you not to jump to a hole in the ground? And anyways, you can't even see the bottom, and you hurt yourself at best. If we go now, we'll lose nothing, we won't get hurt, and at best, you won't know what's down there. Let's go.
She speaks wisely. Lose the hole and lose nothing.
All right, just hold on a minute here. I take it you've walked upstairs before.
Sure, of course.
And it's a terrifying experience, isn't it?
No, of course not.
But haven't you ever heard of stairs collapsing? Or of people falling down and hurting themselves, even killing themselves?
Well, maybe once or twice, but
Well, you can't know for certain that it's built properly before you climb up, can you?
I suppose not.
Then why do you do it?
Well, I need to get upstairs, don't I?
Of course. You know the risks, however small, and yet you take that bold venture up the stairs every day. Why? Necessity. I mean, you need to get up and down the stairs, don't you?
I suppose.
Trust the stairs. They are strong and firm.
They will not break in pieces. You will not fall and die. We walk without fear.
Have you ever avoided the stairs for the fear of death?
Nonsense!
All right, let's look at this a different way. Have you ever been to France?
No, but I'd love to.
Well, what if I said that you could? That I could get you there, all expenses paid, no obligations, no fine print? Would you go?
Absolutely.
But France is way over there in Europe, across an ocean. The only logical way to get there is by plane. Do you still want to go?
Absolutely.
But there's nothing that you need in France. I mean, you don't have to go there for any reason. I mean, if you're not absolutely compelled to, why risk your life?
Well, I want to go to France.
Well, of course, so would I.
So would I.
But let me ask you this. You said you've never been to France before. How do you know you'll like it?
Well, that's crazy. Who wouldn't want to go to France? And anyways, trying new things is what makes it fun.
So you do agree then that there is definite risk the plane could crash, and there's no requirement for you to go to France, there's nothing you need, and there's only the possibility, however big, of you enjoying yourself, but you still want to go.
Absolutely.
Ah, how we yearn for a trip to France. How tempting. We've heard Paris is quite nice in the spring. Are you afraid of death on the way to France?
Nonsense!
What about life in general? I mean, isn't there always a risk of being hit by a car? Or falling and scraping your knee?
Yeah, you're right.
But we go about our day regardless, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Look, do you know what's going to be in tomorrow's newspaper?
No.
How about the first teacher you'll run into? The first teacher you will run into tomorrow.
I could guess, but I have no idea.
So I'll take the wild assumption that you don't know the future?
Well, obviously.
All right, what if I said that there was a serial killer planning to kill you tomorrow? Would you be scared?
Put your hands up, I can see them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, I mean, neither of us knows for certain that there isn't. There's always a chance, isn't there?
Right.
Well, you could avoid that chance. You could lock yourself in your room, have your parents bring you food, never leave. Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
No, that's completely illogical.
So even though there is a way to avoid almost all the risks in life, you're not prepared to do that. You would rather be a little daredevil and cross the street every morning.
I suppose.
So the benefits of taking these risks, the potential gain, outweighs the chance of you getting hurt, doesn't it?
Right. So I guess it's illogical for me to avoid all risks, and I guess you want me to take a chance, right?
If you jump down here, you'll be first one there. Can't you see? Take a chance on me. There's a chance you'll go first one down. It seems illogical to restrict yourself.
Okay. You mentioned that you don't know tomorrow's newspaper headlines. Do you read the paper or watch the news?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you always like what you read? I mean, does it always make you happy?
Well, they focus more on the bad news, so I guess not.
But you continue to read the paper.
Yeah, it interests me.
And these tragic stories come up all the time, don't they?
Very common.
But you continue to read them even though you may not like what you read. My point is, you read these stories even though you don't like them because you just really want to know what's going on, don't you?
Yeah, I like to be informed.
And even though you don't like what you read, you're still glad you read it because not knowing is worse for you.
That's a bit extreme, but you're right.
We read the paper too. Our curiosity is our downfall.
Actually, I just read the comics and the editorials, and sometimes I do the...
Quiet!
Alright, the real problem is that your body and your mind are giving you mixed signals. Logic and instinct often present very different sides of an argument. Isn't that true?
Yeah, I can see that.
But instinct can be fooled. If you were to witness a disappearing coin trick,
Ta-da!
wouldn't instinct tell you it was real?
He's got a good point. He had a coin, now he doesn't. The coin must have disappeared. End of story.
Whoa, if you stop to think about it for just 1 second, coins don't just vanish into thin air.
Whereas logic would tell you to think twice and come to a rational conclusion.
Don't listen to instinct.
Alright, let's get back to the hole.
Ah, the hole, the danger, the darkness. You'll kill yourself if you get too close.
Instinct's got a good point. It does look dangerous.
But she's been wrong before, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Is there any reason she'd be more right now?
No.
She was just as certain about that coin trick, wasn't she?
She's obviously not to be trusted. Don't listen to her. Think about it rationally. Consider both sides of
Okay, we get it. We shouldn't trust her. Look, there's still a chance of getting hurt, isn't there?
Right?
But there's also a chance of getting something out of it, just like the trip to France.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. You've got the pros, you've got the cons. But let me ask you something. When we discovered this, they all backed off, but you stayed. Why is that?
I was curious.
Well, if you leave now, won't you still be curious?
Yes.
And forever after that, you'll still be curious.
Alright, so I'll always be curious.
Well, seems pretty logical to me then. You've got a small chance of something bad happening, an unknown chance of something good happening, and at the very worst, you'll no longer be curious.
Alright. Alright, let's do it.
Alright, let's take a chance. Do a dance.
Do not always drink instinct's potion. Now the act is finally set in motion.
All right, let's do it. Let's go. You and me. Let's do it. In the hole. You first?
Jonathan!
All right. We'll do it. All right, on 3. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's just paper. I can't believe we've all
All right, so philosophically, what does this mean?